I ran for 30 days, and here's the proof. And no, I didn't run it back to back. I did take a few days to rest, and also a massive gap in between a few of the days that I ran. So the real question is, did I improve? And I'm going to be answering that at the end. But I also want to discuss kind of my journey and what like gear and stuff I used throughout the process. So I mostly ran this on a treadmill. So it basically tells you like your mileage and stuff like that. But when I was running a few days, basically in the outdoors, I use this watch. And then also the shoes that I've been using as an amateur runner for like years is these are the Hoka Clifton 9s. They're pretty common. You can even see people that don't run wear them. And yeah, they work pretty well. Obviously, these are pretty beaten up because I use them a lot. But mostly, I was actually running indoors in my garage. Basically, we have this really old treadmill. It barely works, and it was kind of annoying, but yeah, I used it. And then I also ran a little bit at Planet Fitness. And also, you got to realize on a treadmill, you're not necessarily pacing yourself how you would just running normally, because sometimes maybe it's a little more difficult to run on a treadmill, but also it could be a little easier because you're just on flat ground. You kind of have to realize once you start running on a treadmill, it might be a little slower than your actual running because it's just a little bit of an adjustment. Like you have to focus on like looking forward because staring at like the little number tick up, I know it's like kind of like satisfying to look at, but also you just want to kind of look away from that so you can have proper running form, which I think is really important. And then another nice thing about the treadmill, and I just recently discovered this, is that running with your phone, even though it's like only maybe less than a pound or only a few pounds, I'm not really sure, it does actually mess up your form and it can lead you to maybe getting more injured or something like that. I don't know the actual specifics, but don't run with your phone. And this isn't the first time I've done distance running. I actually have been on the track team, but I didn't do distance running there. I did sprinting. And then I also joined the cross country team for the last 2 years, and I did distance running there. I wasn't the greatest, and I'd still consider myself kind of a beginner. But this time I actually kind of wanted to take it seriously, or at least in the last few weeks. So I definitely tried my best running. Now, setting goals. Basically, each run, I wanted to set a goal of how far I should go. Basically, so you know you're going to complete it, even if it's maybe 9 o'clock at night, you waited to do your run, which has definitely happened to me. I've procrastinated my runs so much. Setting a goal just allows yourself to kind of have something to focus on and push past maybe if it's feeling difficult, because you know that there's like somewhere to be at, like, okay, 0.6 miles left, I got to just struggle through this and work on that. Also, I think making it fun is really important. Like playing some music if you like music. Now, I know some people like training without music, but I personally, for pretty much all my runs, I listen to music, and that's really just helped like energize me. And just turning on a song that like moves pretty quick or like, I don't know, gets you like hyped up, I think is really great. Even if it's just before your runs, you can do that. And yeah, I think goal setting and then also making it fun is really important. So I'd also say that there were some things I could have changed. First of all, obviously running more consistently, but also just, I think maybe running a little more outside. Because it's been so cold recently, I think it's kind of stopped me from running outside, but it is also important to run on regular grounds and different elevations to kind of help you out. But I'd also say a treadmill is kind of like a hack, because if you just want to easily run and maybe crank up the speed to a consistent time and do that, it is a lot easier in some aspects. On a treadmill, I mean, I am trying and stuff, but I feel like running outside allows you to pace like however you're feeling in the run. Like you can go a little faster or go a little slower. I feel like on the treadmill, you're kind of more forced. You're not forced, obviously, but you kind of feel more stuck to just going a certain pace because you want to hit it, but you also don't want to like exert yourself too much. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but that is a con of doing the treadmill where you can't just like, okay, I'm going to like sprint to the end now or something like that. And obviously I'm just training, I'm not racing, but that is one factor to consider. So So the reason why I did all this was actually I have the track season coming up in like a week, literally. So I'm a little nervous to see how I do. I've only run sprinting for track. I don't know where my journey with running is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to become a good runner at all. Haven't even been tested on the mile or 1600, anything like that. So yeah, I'm really not sure where my skill level is at. I think I will go over to the track right before my first ever practice of distance running, just to see like, okay, obviously we have time trials, so maybe I could do like my own time trial before, just to kind of get an idea of where my skill level's at and stuff like that. So did I improve? Yes, I did improve. So I started the first day actually by running 4 miles, and I did it in about 35-ish minutes. And then my last time I did 4 miles, and I did it in about 30 minutes. So I did technically improve, and I think I could even run that even faster maybe on a track, because obviously it's just a workout that I've done, and I'm not trying to like go as hard as possible, because I don't want to injure myself, and I don't want to do anything like that. But I just kind of wanted to talk about that, my experiences with running and stuff like that. If that interests you, I don't know, maybe write a comment. I'll definitely try and respond to everyone's comments. And yeah, I just thought this new style of video could be kind of interesting. And I do have an idea coming up next week, and it is going to be pretty insane. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you're still watching this, make sure to subscribe.